Welcome back, you guys. I hope all of you are doing really well. So today I thought I'll take the time to sit down and actually explain to you guys about my capstone project and my internship, just a little bit of the process, because I realized I never actually told you guys in detail about it. I would just drop in here and there that I'm working on my capstone or I'm doing my internship and things like that. So I'm finally going to explain it to you guys. So before I get into actually explaining what I did for my capstone project, which is the graduation project, I will explain to you guys about my degree, because I get so many questions about what are you actually doing, like what's your degree, what are you studying. So I am doing a Bachelor of Science in Graphic Design, and it is a 4-year course. It's not like the normal course in the other colleges, which is only 3 years. And because I know most of my viewers are Indian viewers and they don't really understand the American syllabus, it is actually an honors course. So yeah, that's about my degree, and I will now get into the capstone project itself. I was trying to figure out which brand I want to work with. I sent out a few emails or a few Instagram DMs kind of asking brands if they would like to work with me. And we had to do this as students because our department required us to work with live clients. This was not the case for the other departments, which were interior, fashion, and things like that. It was just our professor who said that he really wants us to work with live clients, and we were quite happy about that. So within a month, I would say, all of us found our clients. And I found my client through my uncle Abby, as you guys have seen him before on the channel. He told me that there's this company that wants their logo redesigned. So I was super happy that I found this client, and we started talking, and he told me a little bit about the company. So the company is Infinity Plus that I worked with, and they are a design agency based here in Dubai. And they wanted to do this because the logo was created 7 years ago and they were branching out into 7 different departments. So my client wanted to create a new identity itself for the company, like as if it was a new company. So we talked about all of this, and then he told me certain concerns that he had with the existing logo or the pre-existing logo. So I told him that we better work on the iconic part of the logo first, because the icon determines the way the typography looks, the lettering looks. So he agreed to that, and I started sketching different ideas that came to my mind. And this process, like the sketching process and coming up with a concept, took about like 2-3 weeks. It was not a small project like how we work in university. Like for our courses, we would come up with concepts in like 2 weeks. That's it. By 2 weeks, actually, the whole design is done and we move on to the next project. But this project was 4 to 5 months long. It was a long one, you guys. By the end of it, we were so happy that we were done, and we were so proud of our results that yeah, it was another feeling totally. So as I was talking about the old logo, I showed him different options, and then he chose the one of the options, and I digitalized this concept, and then I created the typography and everything for that. So here is the result of that. And then about a month and a half later, he texted me that he wants to completely shift from this curvy stylistic feature, and he wanted to move to something geometric. So then I had to go back to my drawing board and start the process all over again. That's the thing with clients. You have to get used to this. Once you come up with a concept and everything is approved, anything can change during that process, because a logo usually takes around 6 to 7 months to make. It's not an overnight thing. We had our pre-graduation project presentation. So here is where we show our mid-process, the area where we have reached, to some designers that come to our university and give us feedback, and also our other professors are present there, and they gave us a few points to like change the logo here, reduce the spacing, increase the size, and things like that. And that feedback actually helped me a lot to kind of finalize the logo, and I made those changes and I sent it to my client as well. And then we changed so much after this. This was the middle ground. So you guys saw the first concept, this is the second concept, and then the final logo is this. Now the concept of this logo is based on squares. Now, since this logo is based on a grid, each letter within the word infinity is made from squares, and these squares represent the building blocks that will lead to infinite possibilities. So I shifted the concept. I wanted to still kind of have the concept of infinity within the logo, but without the curves, it was not possible to give the feeling of that. So I kind of connected it to building blocks, and my client loved the concept a lot. Even my professors were really impressed with that, so I was happy. We had our capstone presentation, as you guys saw. Everything went so well, and I'm happy to say that I am not officially graduated. I got my final grades and everything, so I have completed all the requirements, and our graduation is coming soon. So get excited for all of those vlogs. I will show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes as well of the graduation process, and then there'll be a separate video on that. It's not going to be in this one because it's in a few weeks. So yeah, that was my capstone project. And then for the internship, I worked with the same client, and for the internship we had to work for 280 hours, and that was the requirement for the graphic design department. So I worked for this client for another 7 weeks after the graduation project, and I have successfully completed all of that. So yeah, for the internship I just worked on enhancing the brand itself, and then I also worked on some of the Infinity Plus's clients projects. And I learned so much about printing as well, because my client, he has like a lot of experience. I think around 14 or 15 years of experience in the printing industry. And our professor always told us, if you get a client that is an expert in printing, go ahead with that, don't even think twice. And I was lucky enough to get a client that way. So he taught me so much regarding the printing process, because when you design something digitally, it's completely different from when you have the printing process in mind. So my thinking process of designing and things like that completely shifted, and now I always think about the result rather than just thinking about on screen. Anyways, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.